Hi. Okay, I'm just trying to set this up. Let's wait for a few more people to arrive. And then I'll start. Hi, Danette. I'll start the Instagram live too shortly. I'll wait for some more people to arrive. Hi. Ooh, y'all can see my laundry in the back. Lord have mercy. Woo! How are you all this evening? I wish I could hear what you guys are saying or doing. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? Yes? Put out some hearts if you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me. All right, some thumbs up. Okay. Okay, wonderful. Okay, I'll wait till a few more people join, and then I will start talking about the Greenwood Avenue project. Alafia Yeyefini. Okay, let's see. Let me start so I'm going to start my Instagram live session as well. Okay. So I just got some news from my aunt, who's also on here. Um, Hi, everyone. We are here to talk about the Greenwood Avenue project, but my cousin was beaten to death last year by her boyfriend, and he just got life in prison. So praise God. Um, the family can have a little bit of peace, even though, that's not going to bring her back. Um, but just want to share that because I just found that out. Okay, so people are joining on Instagram, and I have Facebook set up. I have two different things going. You see my computer, and you guys can see my Instagram. Okay. So, yes, thank you, Dominique. Thank you. Um, yeah, it's been very hard. She was a mother, um, and she was only in her 20s, and he took her life right away. Um, so I hope he enjoys prison. All right. Um, so let's let a few more people join. Where are you guys coming from? Oh, it's okay. Thank you. Okay. I think New York is in the house. I'm on the West Coast. Oh, and Samba wants to say hi. Her face is a mess. Have mercy. Girl, you got to get get right before you come to the public. This reflects on me and your father. Hi. 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 We're talking about mommy's project. Okay, Dallas is in the house. Okay. Who else is in the house? Samba, say hi. Look, say hi. You're so used to someone else being on the other screen. You're like, who? Why are we looking at ourselves? Okay. Hi. Auntie Kate's on the line. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. You gotta wave. You gotta wave. South Florida is in the house. Okay, hi. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm on two platforms. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. So if you request to be in my live video, I don't think I can do all that I have to do here. But I'm here to talk about the Greenwood Avenue virtual reality project, which is a project that I recently shot in Oklahoma. I'm a director, I'm a writer, I'm a producer. My name is Talibah Newman, and a friend of mine and a colleague and a very wonderful DP recently reached out to me to work on this project, which has been her passion project for the past several years. And she finally got the funds, and she was entered into a program with YouTube to do a virtual reality project. And so she finally got the funds to do this project, and she called me, and of course I obliged because of the nature of the project, but also because I got to work with her again, and also because the script was written by 3 badass women. And so all of that excited me, and I flew down to Oklahoma to work on this project. And so the project has been shot, and now we are in the fundraising phase to do post on the project. So Ayana Baraka is the creator of the project, and she is currently editing it. And we are looking to raise $15,000 to complete everything that we have to do. We have a lot of visual. Is there noise in the background? Can you guys hear me? Is there a lot of noise in the background? You can hear. Thumbs up if you can hear. Okay. So we have a lot of visual effects to add into the project because it's a period piece, and obviously we didn't have the funds to do, pyrotechnics and fire and all of that stuff. So we had to kind of fake it so that we can add it in post, and that does cost a lot of money because it's very meticulous when you are adding in things like fire, explosions, stuff like that. So that is partially what we're raising the funds for. We also, all of the directors, there were 3 directors on the project. We all did this pro bono for the time being. But it's an important story that we need to tell. And so everyone was pretty much all hands on deck when it came to the project. Our actors were doing multiple roles. Everyone really took a concerted effort to make sure that we were able to tell this story the right way. So what is Greenwood Avenue, and what is this project? In 1921, I know, Huffing, what are these, McGraw-Hill and all of these textbook companies don't include this history in the American history, on the American history roster when they're creating these books for our youth. And so because of that, you might not know about what happened in Oklahoma in 1921. And you might not know about any of the massacres that happened across the country in thriving Black communities in the 1920s. But this is coming on the heels 50, 60 years after we were freed from slavery, and 50 years about 40 years before the Civil Rights Movement. And basically in Oklahoma, yes ma'am. Yeah. Come here. Basically in Oklahoma, the Greenwood community was a thriving community. There were tons of businesses, there were schools, there were newspapers, there were barbershops, there were people who were multimillionaires. These Black people were exercising cooperative economics. That is Ujamaa. During Kwanzaa, when we learn about the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, Ujamaa is cooperative economics. And Greenwood Avenue was a prime example of that. It was a prime example of how our community was able to thrive. And without the help of outsiders, this was us on our own. Black people working together to lift each other up and to support each other and to make a living. And their neighbors, a lot of times they weren't afforded some of the things that the people in the Greenwood community were able to have, such as like very intricate plumbing systems and things like that. And so obviously, and the neighbors and the white mobs who started joining the KKK at that time did not like this, and they wanted to put an end to this community and to the people so that they could stop shining. We can't never shine. Well, we will. We're gonna get there. So what happened in 1921 was that Black Wall Street and Black Tulsa and Greenwood Avenue was firebombed. Yes, baby. Was firebombed and burned down by the white rioters. The governor declared martial law. The National Guard and troops arrived in Tulsa. The guardsmen assisted the firemen in putting out fires. They removed abducted African Americans from the hands of white vigilantes and imprisoned Black Tulsans. They put them in prison camps. They destroyed all of the businesses, 35 city blocks. About 8,000 people were rendered homeless. About 800 people were treated for wounds and injuries. About 300 people, so they say, were killed, even though they don't have accurate counts of how many people were killed, because who was going around? You are excited. I'm getting excited too. Because who was going around to take the census of how many Black people were massacred and murdered during the 1921 race riots? Oh no, ma'am, we cannot breastfeed on the camera. Okay, so that is how the community was destroyed, and because of that, we lost a huge community, and we also have descendants of the people who were murdered in this massacre, who are still living in Tulsa and who want their story told, and no one is concerned about telling this part of American history. And if you just to give a little bit more context, around that time there were also the Chicago race riots. There was also the Rosewood Massacre in 1923. There was also the Atlanta race riot in 1906. There was also the Washington, D.C. race riots of 1919. There were also the Knoxville, Tennessee race riots. There was also the New York City draft riot of 1863 and the East St. Louis massacre of 1917. Hi, Mommy. Yeah, that's my mommy, Samba. Okay, so this was happening all around the country. And the reason that it matters today is because this story needs to be told. The ancestors want this story to be told. It is a piece of our American history that shall not be forgotten, because there are descendants of the aggressors as well as the victims still living in America today. We are all living together in America. You don't just silo something that happened like that and not have residue of it carry on and move forward into the future. So, and it has not been talked about, and it has not been rectified. And so we are in a state where we need to discuss it, and we need to have people become aware of it so that we can atone, so that we can apologize to these people who are descendants of the people who were murdered, and so that we can rebuild, so that we can lay those ancestors to rest peacefully, because they died fighting for their lives, fighting for their community, fighting for their well-being. Children were traumatized. The creator of the series, Ayanna, interviewed Dr. Olivia Hooker, who is one of the last remaining survivors of the Tulsa Massacre. And Dr. Olivia Hooker said that the type of trauma that she experienced during that time is insurmountable. As a child, when you see your family torn apart, your home destroyed, white mobs entering your home, attacking your family. You cannot erase those things. She had nightmares for years after experiencing this as a child. And this was one of the largest acts of violence to occur in this American pie. I'm sorry, you guys. In this American pie, US of A, and we need to acknowledge it. So we went down to, Ayanna interviewed Dr. Olivia Hooker, and based on her account, she created a fictional narrative that is about a young woman who's of age, whose innocence is basically confronted by this violence that's happening around her town. And she goes out with a young male friend. The two teenagers go out into the town, and they are just trying to have innocent fun, but they are confronted with what is going on, and they're being attacked during this time. So there's no possible way that, without doing a Roots type series, that we could do any of this justice. But we did do our due diligence in trying to create a sliver out of what it is that we interviewed Dr. Olivia Hooker about. And today, a friend of mine sent me an article. Jesse, that I went to grad school with, he sent me an article. He said that in the New York Times, there was actually an op-ed about the Tulsa race riots. So if you get a chance, check that out. It'll give you some context of what Dr. Hooker shared with us. She also shared it with the writer of the article. So basically, we took a slice of what Dr. Olivia Hooker talked about in her interview. And Somber, mommy is trying to talk. We took a slice of what Dr. Olivia Hooker talked about in her interview, and we created a 6-part series that will launch this fall in virtual reality. And what that means is that it's not the traditional format that you would be used to seeing any of my films or any films in. You need to use special glasses to watch it. But what that also means is that we shot in about 280 degrees to cut it down to 180. And you will be able to feel like you're there with the people experiencing what they're experiencing. The way that we shot it was basically in one takes, which was kind of my favorite exercise in grad school, shooting one take, just because you're forced to really pay attention to your blocking. You're forced to kind of make sure that all of the characters hit their marks in the same way that theater is set up. And it's challenging because you need to have something going on in the foreground, middle ground, and background at all times. Otherwise, your space will feel very empty. And so one of the scenes that I directed was actually a scene where the mobs came to the house and they took the father from the house. And so I was directing about, I would say, 20 people, and we had 2 picture cars. And this was at night also. And basically we had to direct the scene. I had to direct the scene in stages. And so that I could get everyone to understand what it is that they were trying to do. Because even the extras who are sitting in the car or who are just moving in the foreground need to know what they need to do for the entire scene. You can't just tell them, walk over here, and then expect that by the end of the scene, they would have given you a performance that will assist the rest of the performances without helping them to understand that the camera is still rolling on you even after you end at the other area where you were supposed to go. So it was a lot of fun. It was also very challenging because I had children on set, and they needed to yell racial slurs. They needed to point guns at the people, the Black people that were in the scene. It was a very violent scene. It's heartbreaking. It's visceral. And in the moment while you're doing it, things come up, feelings come up. So it's important to kind of place that in context and really, really get the trust of everybody that you're working with, so that, you know, when things do come up, people feel comfortable. People feel like they're in a safe space, and they can let go whatever needs to be let go, or bring on whatever needs to be brought on without anyone feeling out of place. Hi, Marquita. Hi, Nicole. Hey. Okay. So we shot all of that, and now we're in post. That is some insight into what my role was on set. As of now, we have a campaign with Seed and Spark, which is a company that supports filmmakers when they are trying to raise funds, similar to Kickstarter and Indiegogo, but they take more of an active role in kind of elevating the mission and the theme of what it is that you're trying to raise your funds for. And so our Seed and Spark campaign has already raised $1,000, but what I do need from you guys is I need for you each to tell 5 friends to go follow the campaign, because we need 500 followers for any of the funds to even come to us. They won't give us the money without having 500 followers. It's kind of like establishing that this is a legit project and that the project is going to go, and that we have a following and a community that is supporting us to do this. And so that's one thing that I need from you. That does not cost anything. So I don't expect any of you not to go do it. As soon as we get up for this live stream, I hope that you will go to the Seed and Spark link and you will follow, and you will get 5 of your friends to follow, please. Okay, and so the next thing is that we do need donations. We're trying to raise $15,000 in less than 30 days. We already have 1,000, so we are 1/15 of the way. So please share with any of your friends, share with your rich friends, the people who have, there are a lot of people out there who have guilt. So share with them too. Share with people who want to support a worthy cause. Share with people who love history. Share with people who are interested in supporting community and people who are about cooperative economics. Share with people who want to elevate Black culture and Black people, and people who are interested in actually elevating our ancestors. Share with them. Those are the types of people that you need to share this with, because those are the types of people who will help to support this cause. Michelle just, hi Marquita. Michelle just posted the link to the Seed and Spark campaign. I'll get you, Greenwood Avenue for the IG will also post the link. Okay, so let's see, what else do I need to talk about? So after the community was destroyed, they actually did, hold on one second. After the community was destroyed, they did try to rebuild. But when you go to Tulsa, Oklahoma, really they built a highway through Greenwood Avenue, and really all that's left is this one street. And we were one of the first film crews to actually film there, which is amazing and incredible. And let me just tell y'all something. When you are dealing with historical issues, when you're dealing with issues that have to do with social issues that don't necessarily my child is going to kill herself while I'm doing this live stream. Toddlers are always trying to commit suicide, I tell you, but not in his name, Lord God. She will not. We're going to prevent that from happening. Okay, so when you are trying to do your part as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, to tell someone else's story, even if you're the same race, the same sexual orientation, whatever. I think it's important, especially when it's based on a true story, that you get the blessing of the people who actually experienced what it is that happened. So we did get the blessing of the people of Greenwood the commissioner. We got the blessing of the people who are over the museum there, and they basically really did want us to come to the town and tell the story of Greenwood Avenue. And so that is what we did. We are all filmmakers who attended USC, Columbia. We all attended film school. We work really hard. We really love what we do. And, many of us also have full-time jobs. So it's not often that we get to participate in what it is that we love most, what it is that drives us, what it is that fuels us to keep going and to keep being passionate about art. And so this is important to me, and it's important to everyone who created this. And I'm really glad that you guys joined to chat with me about it. Please feel free to ask me any questions about the project, fundraising, anything. You can post the questions. We'll all answer the questions. If you have any questions for me about my process, I can answer one or two. And that being said, yes, she does want to talk, Aisha. That being said, I will wrap it up. I'm really excited to be a part of this project. I'm happy that I got to work in a new medium, and I can't wait for it to come out and for you guys to experience it, because it really does belong in a museum. My mother, she said, I pray the ancestors kick the doors open for the financial energy so this film can be brought to the world. May money come easily as the film is realized and the dreams of the writers, directors, and producers of this project come to fruition. Ashe, ashe, ashe. We're going to make it happen. Make it happen. Hey, hey, hey. Okay. All right. So if anyone has questions, Samba, come say hi to your Nana. If anyone has questions, come here. Say hi to Nana. Say hi, Nana. Say hi, Nana. Okay. Say hi, Nana. Hi, Nana. Okay. So if anyone has questions, please ask them. Please remember to share the project. Please, I will be back to give updates on the project, and I am enjoying speaking with you. I've never done a live stream before, but this might be my calling. Can I talk to my people, please? Especially since I live so far away from the people who helped to get me to where I am today, the people of Dallas, Dallas, Texas, my New Yorkers. I'm so far removed from everyone. I don't have any family in Oakland. I have a little bit of family. I can count them on my hands, my really good friends. But outside of that, I don't have my immediate family here. So it's always nice to connect when I can. I love you guys. And peace. Okay. Any last questions? Any last questions before I turn both of these off? Samba. Mimi's mom says hi. Hi, Quinn. Oh, you missed it. Well, you'll have to watch when I turn it off. Okay, I love you guys. Please remember to follow the campaign, the Seed and Spark campaign. The link is in the comments. And please follow us on Facebook, and I will be sending more updates. And power to the people. And we're going to continue what we do as filmmakers to champion for this film, for this history, for the people of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we're going to continue to make our ancestors proud. Thank you so much. Is it possible to get this in schools? We are definitely going to try to get this in schools. This is a great piece of educational material. And it's a piece of material that, when children, let me tell you, okay, so y'all can give me to start talking again. Just really quickly, when I was in school, I didn't actually like history class. And the reason I didn't like history class was because I didn't see myself reflected in history class. And if you know my mother, she taught us to love ourselves, to ask questions about where we came from, and to learn about our history. And so when I got to school and my history professor, teacher, and geography gave us a geography test, and Egypt wasn't even on the African map, I was like, y'all done lost me. I won't be participating anymore. And not that I've flunked out of history or anything, but it just didn't catch my attention. I really loved English, which is where my love for writing and my love for storytelling came from. But history, they missed me. They missed me on that. And so when I have the opportunity to be able to participate in telling a history or doing things that involve history, I'm very appreciative because I don't feel like I got to really sink my teeth in it when I was in school. I did all of that outside of what it is that I learned in grade school and in high school. But yes, we want to get this in schools because I think that it is important for people to be able to see this. And it's an interactive experience. You don't have to read. You can put on the glasses and you can feel like you are right there with our characters. And so I think that you guys are going to enjoy it. Hi, Christina. Okay. So I'm going to bid you guys good night. I'm going to go make dinner. And